game. It's the Colts and the Steelers next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led by their 6-year quarterback out of North Dakota State, a former Pro Bowler, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just
going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. The Steelers set to go on offense, and it is the big man, Big Ben, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead them. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because...
And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Carson Wentz in the Colt offense, ready to go back to work. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Tackle made by Grover Stewart. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indy set to go on offense once more. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up. And
a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Looking deep for Hilton. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at the Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Powerful running. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over him.
Boswell good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And the Colts coming out now. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Wentz now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The give to Taylor, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. McLeod to return it. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. On 1st down, it's Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Roethlisberger on the draw. It's Harris. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They hand this off to Harris. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your... Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Wentz to throw. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach.
And got his man complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point put through by Boswell. And a rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's struggled. His team has struggled. You talk to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Boswell for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's McLeod on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Boswell good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. From the 22, Wentz. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes what?
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So we've reached halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. On first down, Harris. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers offense is running away with this one. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point put through by...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Seahawks and the Steelers coming up next.
We confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Now a give right side. It's Carson, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Pass out to the sideline. He's got Lockett. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Ray McLeod to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
Wilson now to throw on third down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 55 yards. And the Seahawks